Today we are going to start first chapter, that is GST. The full form of GST is Goods and Services Tax. Before going in further details to GST, first we will understand tax. What is tax? As we know that tax is the extra amount which is paid to government. Tax is the extra amount which is paid to the government. Now, why government needs tax? Government needs tax for various expenses like administration, expense. Second, welfare and development expense. Salaries of government employees, and there are so many things in which the government use those money collected by tax from us. Like nowadays we are suffering from this terror, that is our coronavirus. Now whatever money are being spent by the government, that money are being collected with the help of tax from the earlier years. Now there are two types of tax. First one is direct, second one is indirect. Now we will study about direct tax, what is direct tax and what is indirect tax. What are the things which are included in direct tax and which type of taxes are known as indirect tax. We will see about direct tax. What are the taxes which are being included in direct tax? Direct tax includes the tax on income of individual or any organization. The direct tax are those taxes which are being taken from the income of the individual or any organization. It includes income tax paid by any person. Suppose if we are earning and we are paying income tax to the government, that tax will be included under the direct tax. Now next is indirect tax. Indirect tax are those tax which are paid by us or any organization when they buy any goods, any objects, any substance, any goods or services. Suppose we are buying some books, whatever tax we are paying on that books, will be included in indirect tax. Like this, tax is being divided into two parts, direct and indirect. Direct tax, like income tax paid by us or paid by any firm or paid by any organization. Indirect tax, when we are purchasing any goods and the tax which we are paying to the shopkeeper, those taxes are known as indirect tax. We will study about calculation of tax. As we have studied that for any goods and services which we are going to purchase, we are paying tax. Now on what basis we will calculate the tax? There are certain terms which we will study, and we are aware of those terms earlier. The first term is dealer. Dealer are those person which buys goods and services for resale First term is dealer. Dealer are those person which buys goods and services for resale, like any shopkeeper which are purchasing goods for selling them. They are called dealer. This is the first term. The second term we will study, that is cost price. Cost price, we all know about it. Cost price means at what price a person is purchasing the goods, that will be cost price. Third is list price. This price is also known as marked price. List price, or we can say that marked price. This price is that price which is being marked on the goods. Like we say that the catalog price. Suppose we have purchased something, and in that catalog, in the object, the goods, the catalog price of good is 50 rupees and we have purchased it for 45 rupees. The marked price will be 50 and cost price will be 45. Next term is discount. We all know very well about discount. Discount are the extra money which are being left on the marked price. Suppose something is being old in the shop and the shopkeeper wants to sold those goods and he has applied discount on that. Now that will be benefited for the consumer. Next term is selling price. Selling price are those price in which a goods and services are being sold. Suppose, let us take an example. Suppose marked price, or we can say list price of a good is rupees 100 and the shopkeepers offers a discount of 10%. Then whatever money which we are going to pay, that will be called as cost price. So our cost price will be 90 rupees. It means that the marked price of the good was 100 rupees and after giving 10% discount on 100 rupees, the consumer has purchased it for 90 rupees. Then this will be the cost price for 90 will be cost price for will be CP, cost price for customer. 90 rupees will be cost price for the customer and this 90 rupees will be selling price for the dealer. It means that on whatever price we are purchasing the goods, that price will be selling price for some person, that means dealer. Now till now we have studied the basic terms related to tax. Now we will study in a detail about goods and services tax. Now we will study in a detail about goods and services tax. That what is goods and services tax? Earlier there were so many taxes which were used in our country. Such taxes were VAT. Earlier we have paid VAT also. We have paid excise duty tax. We have paid service tax. These all were, and some more taxes were there which were paid by the consumer. There were so many taxes the consumer has to pay and this becomes a burden for the person for paying tax. Now from July 2017 onwards, government has included one tax, one nation, one tax. From 1st July 2017 onwards, government has included single tax. That means we can say that one nation, one country, one tax. That tax will be GST. There are certain pre-used rates which are being used for the GST. Now, why GST were used? The GST were used so that the people will knowing only one tax to pay, that is GST. Now we will study about definition of goods. As we know that GST means goods and services tax. Now we will study the definition of goods. What do we mean by goods? Goods are those things which can be taken from one place to another. Goods are those things which can be taken from one place to another. Those things which can be taken from one place to another place, like any food items, any groceries, any FMCG product, they will be referred as goods. Next is services. Services are those things which are apart from these goods. That means services like banking services, postal services, like insurance services. These are the things which are being included in services. Now we will study about consisting part of GST. GST consists of two type of taxes. First is CGST, second is SGST. CGST and SGST. CGST means the tax which is collected by central government. SGST means tax which is collected by state government, and both are having same percentage of amount. Like if GST is 18%, if GST is 18%, 9% will be given to CGST, will be given to central government, and the remaining 9% will be given to SGST, that is state government. Now next we will study about type of transaction. Type of transaction. The first type of transaction is intra-state. First type of transaction is intra-state. Intra-state transaction means supply within the same state. Intra-state transaction means supply within the same state. Same state means same town, same province, you can say. Next is interstate. Interstate means supply of goods and services from one state to another state. These are the two type of transaction which are being included in GST: intra-state and interstate. Now we will study about GST tax calculation. Next we will study GST tax calculation. In this we will study all the three aspects. The first is CGST, that is central government. CGST will be collected by central government. Next is SGST, which will be collected by state government. And third is integrated GST. Integrated GST, or you can say that IGST. Integrated GST will be collected when the goods and services are moving across the state from one state to another state. That means in the interstate supply of goods and services we will use integrated GST. Now it's time to start our exercise 1A. The first question is, for the following transaction within Delhi. See, the question is saying within Delhi. It means all the goods and services are being transacted inside Delhi. Fill in the blanks to find the amount of bill. Like MRP is given. MRP is equal to rupees 12,000. Discount is given. Discount is equal to 30%. Rate of GST is given 18%. We have to find discount, selling price, CGST, SGST and IGST, and then amount of bill. What will be the amount of bill? Now let us see. The MRP of the good has been given. Discount is given. GST, rate of GST is given. We will first calculate the cost price of the goods by deducting the discount. First, let us calculate the cost price of the good. What will be the cost price, or you can say that selling price also, because cost price will be same as the selling price but for different person. Suppose I am buyer, the amount will be cost price for me, and the seller, for the seller, that amount will be selling price. Now it will be 12,000 minus 30% of 12,000. 12,000 minus 30 by 100 into 12,000. It's 12,000 minus 12 3 is 36, 3600. 3600 is the discount. Your first answer will be 3600. 0048. Here we have calculated discount is equal to 3600. This will be our discount first answer, because 30% of 12,000 will be discount, and the selling price of the good will be rupees 8,400. Simply. Next is CGST. As we have studied earlier that the rate of GST will be equally divided within two parts, that is 9 and 9%. So CGST will be 9% of what? Selling price, not the MRP. On the selling price, on what price it is the goods is being purchased, only on that price the rate of percent will be, the tax will be charged. Now while calculating 36, 756 is the CGST. Same will be SGST also. It will be also rupees 756, because again we will calculate 9% of 8,400. Now IGST. IGST is interstate transaction. So here in this question the transaction is within Delhi. It means interstate transaction, IGST will be 0. Since transaction is within the state, in the same state transaction is there, that's why IGST will be 0. If the goods and services will be transferred from, suppose from Delhi to Mumbai, then IGST will be charged, otherwise it will remain. Last we have to calculate amount of bill. The amount of bill will be selling price plus CGST plus SGST, all the things. The cost selling price is 8,400, CGST 756, SGST also 756. 6 plus 6 12, 2 carry 1, 5 5 10 1 11 carry 1, 8 8 4 12 7 9 9 carry 1. The amount of bill will be 9,912.